linebacker Lawrence Taylor is just awesome. Last week, he sacked Philadelphia's Ron Jaworski 3 times. Usually he lines up right. Here he was on the left, Jaworski in the middle. And when you look for the ball on the Washington offense, look for John Riggins, number 44. He's rushed 137 times this year, and today with 2 more will join Brown, Simpson, Harris, and Payton with 2,000 carries. But Washington's game will depend on Joe Theismann, in the pocket or out of the pocket, to throw over the Giant defense. It's the 3-3 Giants against the 5-1 Redskins on CBS.
The New York Giants against the Washington Redskins.
Good afternoon, everyone. This should be a heck of a football game here at RFK Stadium. Temperature 36 degrees. Some snow is forecast for later in the afternoon, and we have a sellout crowd. Checking the standings, we see the Redskins can clinch a berth in the Super Bowl tournament if they win today, and perhaps the Giants, with their 3-3 record, are headed in the same direction. But New York has some teams in their conference with identical records, so it is an extremely important game for the New York Giants today. I'm Jack Buck with Hank Stram alongside. The Redskins are hale and hearty. Very few injuries to deal with. Meanwhile, the Giants, Hank, have a problem with their middle guard position.
Yes, Bill Neal, number 77, who plays over the center, hurt his knee last week against Philadelphia, but they say he's ready to play. And in case there's a problem, Jim Burt will occupy that position, but the coaches feel between the two of them, they'll get it done.
This place is rocking already. How do you see the matchup?
Well, I think no question about the fact that offensively they're about even. Defensively, the Giants have a definite advantage. The Giants should have an advantage from a punting standpoint. The Redskins have an advantage place kicking. It looks like it's going to be an even game. Jump ball.
Maybe overtime. And they had resodded the field this month, and that's strange at this time of year.
It is. It is very strange. Walking on it, it looks good from way up here, but it doesn't feel too good, and I think it could be a problem.
And the Giants have a new coach. It's already been announced. Ray Perkins leaving at the end of the year. How's that going to affect the Giants?
I don't think it'll affect the Giants any way at all. I think they'll play with the same level of efficiency. I think the only problem when you change a coach is the problem for the assistant coaches and their apprehension about what's going to happen in the future. But beyond that, it will not affect their play today.
Well, the homestanding Redskins have won the toss, and there's Joe Danello. He'll kick it off from left to right, and we hope you enjoy the telecast. There's Mike Nelms. You see his kick return average, and he can burn you at the outset, his longest of the year, 58 yards. But he hasn't broken any for touchdowns. The special teams of the Washington Redskins are just terrific. We talked with Joe Gibbs, their head coach. He told us that's the best unit that they have going, their special teams.
Mention the fact, Jack, that they have to play everybody on their roster, 45 people, to maintain and get as much efficiency as they possibly can, and they all contribute and have done a great job.
Danello boots it off to the right, and it is taken by Alvin Garrett. Garrett, a tough little guy, came across the 20, 25, but didn't get to the 30-yard line, and that's the way it starts. So the old Notre Damer, Joe Theismann, number 7, rushes on to the field. That tackle was made by Joe McLaughlin, by the way. Theismann, the quarterback. Joe Washington, John Riggins in the backfield. Art Monk and the second-year man, Charlie Brown, the wide receivers. The offensive line, Don Warren, Joe Jacoby, Russ Grimm, Jeff Bostic, Mark May, and George Stark. The ball is at the Redskins, 27. Taken by the tight end. I'll give to Riggins. He makes his cut and gets good yards. That's a typical John Riggins run. The tackle made by Phil Tabor, the defensive end. Let's check him up front for the New York Giants. McGriff starts against the run, and then Martin comes in a passing situation. Bill Neal is in there, and Phil Tabor, the defensive end. The linebackers are terrific. Van Pelt, Kelly Carson, and Taylor. And the deep backs are Mark Haynes, Terry Jackson, Bill Courier, Beasley Reese. And it is 2nd down and 4 for Washington. Redskins beat the Giants the first time they played. Riggins again, and nothing doing this time. There was great penetration by Lawrence Taylor. Hank, you've really got to work to keep Lawrence Taylor away from the ball.
You have to have a tight end on him all the time, somebody blocking him all the time, or a big back or a tight end on him, because anytime he's in this position, they didn't want him in this position very often. He's free, and anytime he's free, he is murder. Nobody blocks him whatsoever. He gets penetration, makes the tackle in the backfield, but if they don't keep somebody on top of Lawrence Taylor, he's going to have a great afternoon.
3rd down and 7. Washington has not been a really good 3rd down team. Heisman screens it, and it's a 1st down. Little Joe Washington slipped out of the backfield, caught the screen pass, knew how far he had to go, chased out of bounds by Mark Haynes on the corner. And there's a 3rd down conversion for the Redskins.
Joe does a good job of going back into the pocket and acting. He pumps like he's going to throw down the middle, and then throws a screen to the outside to Joe Washington, who's got great quickness and speed. Finally knocked out of bounds, but he makes a nice gain on the play.
We didn't get a chance to tell you, but on that 2nd carry by John Riggins, it was the 2,000th rush of his career. Join Franco Harris, O.J. Simpson, Jim Brown, and Walter Payton in that department. Here's a 1st down pass, and they're going to screen it left. Washington again. Here's the block, got outside and got some good yards. He really waited for the block, and Lawrence Taylor chased him up.
The success of that play is dependent on how well the back acts and how patient he is. He must wait for the lineman to get out in front. He did that perfectly, got up the field in good shape, and made another nice gain on a screen pass to the left side. They had double tight ends to the right and a split end on the left that time, throwing a screen pass to Joe Washington.
It's at the Redskin 41. Heisman, of course, has completed his first 2 on those screens. To the left comes Art Monk along with Charlie Brown. 2nd and 7, Washington got a yard or 2. And he was tackled by Mark Haynes, the cornerback, number 36. What do you think of the offensive line of the Redskins?
Well, they've done a good job, Jack. Coming into the game, there we see a good picture of Ray Perkins going up and down the sideline. And, of course, he calls all the plays for the the Giant offense when they have possession. But they have an adequate offensive line, nothing great. But overall, they're 4th in total offense, 8 rushing and 5 passing. Not bad.
Clarence Harmon checks in to the Washington offense, number 38. They like to throw to him. Warren in motion. Over the middle, it's the tight end, Don Warren, and that is enough for a 1st down. Out near midfield, wrestled down by Terry Jackson and Brian Kelly, and Theismann is hit on both 3rd down plays.
Don Warren that time read the linebacker. Watch, if we can get a good picture of him. He goes to the inside and then stops and pivots to the outside in the open area. The ball is delivered perfectly. He's missed by Harry Carson, number 53. Find a gang tackling after that miss, but a nicely executed play on the last one to Don Warren.
Ball's in midfield, and motion now by Charlie Brown. The ball is swung out to Brown. He gets 5-6 yards. Washington's making it all work. They've kept the ball for more than 3 minutes here at the outset. Brian Kelly made the tackle on Charlie Brown. He is out of South Carolina State, and he's one of the new forces in the NFL.
They come at you from a lot of directions. Here he came in motion on the right side, caught the screen pass. You saw Van Pelt get penetration. That's the time you like to throw the screen pass. He made a nice gain on the play, but they're cutting him up right at this early stage of the game with high percentage passes, screens, and runs.
2nd down and 4. Riggins. 1st down inside the 40-yard line for the big 235-pounder out of Kansas. Now in his 12th year. Beasley Reese had to come up from the safety spot to make the tackle.
You know, and all they do, they put a hat on everybody, meaning everybody blocks straight ahead. They try to get a surge off the line of scrimmage, and Riggins does a great job of reading the blocks and running the daylight. And talking about Riggins, look at this. Harris, Simpson, Brown, Payton, and Riggins with 2,001 yards.
That's pretty good company. Another 1st down for the Redskins. Charlie Brown goes in motion. Straight ahead of Riggins. More big yards on a 1st down carry. Inside the 35. And now the Redskins have kept the ball for 4.5 minutes. That tackle by Lawrence Taylor. There is no score in the game. And the Redskins started from their own 26-yard line. Here the Eagles jumping out in front of Houston by the score of 7-0 in the first quarter. Theismann is 4 out of 4 in the passing department, and they've got the Giants reeling right now.
Yes, they have. And Bill Neal, we have to watch him some. I thought in the pregame warm-up he favored his knee dramatically, and see how he goes along in this game.
Riggins went too deep, and he just barely got back to the line of scrimmage before Kelly got to him. Here's another third down play now for the Washington team. It'll be third down and about 5 yards to go. They have kept the ball for 5 minutes and 20 seconds already. There have been no flags here in the early going. That's refreshing, isn't it?
I talked to John Riggins yesterday and asked him how much he weighed. He's listed as 235. He looks like he's a little heavier than that. He said, I'm afraid to get on the scale. I never get on it once the season starts, but I'm sure he's a little heavier, especially so after the strike.
It is third down and 5, actually about 5.5. Theismann over, and it's picked off by Kelly. Well, that stops the drive, and Kelly, look at the flags come down as Kelly comes across to the 36. Flags are down all over the place on the interception. Tell us about it, Freddie.
Illegal hit in the back, number 44. First down.
Well, that was John Riggins with the illegal block. And a first down for the Giants on the interception by Kelly, his first of the year. And for all the good defense the Giants have played this year, that was only their 7th interception. We have 9:10 left in the first quarter.
Going back into the pocket, trying to throw another high percentage pass. Delivers the ball, and watch Brian Kelly, number 55, makes a fine interception. And now the Giants have possession, first and 10. Brian Kelly, number 55.
And it's Scott Brunner under center. He has a bad thumb, but he is starting. He zings it, and it is caught by Perkins, who's back in the lineup, and that probably will be a first down inside the Washington 45.
Perkins did not play last week because he had an eye problem. They experimented a little bit. Go ahead, Jack, with the lineups.
Here's Scott Brunner at quarterback, Rob Carpenter, Butch Woolfolk in the backfield, Ernest Gray and Johnny Perkins are the wide receivers. The line is anchored by Rich Humphrey, the rookie center, with Mulledy, the tight end, Benson, R. Turner, and Gordon King. That was a first down throw to Perkins. Out of the eye, the tailback, Woolfolk reading it well, drives inside the 40. With a very subtle move that he made, Hank, but it paid off.
I think he read the block of the middle linebacker and went behind the middle linebacker. And that's why he was able to read the play so well and make yardage on the play.
And the defense for the Redskins. And they use the four-man front with Mendenhall, Butts, Grant, and Manley. And in a passing situation, McGee. The linebackers, Kaufman, Olkowitz, and Malat. And the D-backs, White, Dean, the rookie, Peters, and Murphy. Second down and 5. Quick coming off the ball. He brought Woolfolk down after no gain.
But you have to understand, he came all the way over from his right end position, number 72, Dexter Manley, in hot pursuit, and did a good job of making the tackle from the backside.
And as a result of this, third and 5. And it's the Cleveland Browns jumping out in front of the Steelers, 3-0 first quarter. Detroit ahead of Minnesota 7-0 first quarter. Here, no score. It's third and 5. Double wing shotgun. We saw a bad snap last week. This one is good. Boomer steps up and throws and is caught by Carpenter. He has a first down inside the 30. Carpenter made the reception, and Darrell Grant, number 77, made the tackle, and now the Giants have a good drive going. They're down to the 28 of Washington.
Another high percentage pass, just like playing catch, Jack. Delivers it right inside to Carpenter, number 26. He just anchored between the linebackers and in front of the linebackers. He got the ball to him perfectly.
Long time since the Giants have had two running backs of this sort at the same time. Perkins goes in motion. There's a first down pass. Look at there. Touchdown. Touchdown to Perkins. He went in motion, shook loose, and the Giants jump out in front. The last time they played, Washington got out in front 21-0, but now the Giants have the lead.
And the Giants go ahead 6-0.
Paul has been perfect on extra points all year. He's now 12 for 12, and it's 7-0 with with 6:33. Johnny Perkins has his second touchdown pass of the year.
Yes, and he had an eye problem last week and did not play, and they experimented with some fiberglass protection before the game. It did not work. Now he's wearing regular goggles, just like Jefferson wears for Green Bay and Muncie for the San Diego Chargers, and looks like it's not going to be a problem.
5 plays, 54 yards, 28-yard touchdown pass, 2 minutes 37 seconds. Joe Danello kicking it for the second time to Mike Nelms. First time these two teams met, the Redskins won at 27-17 after getting ahead 21-0. The Giants are first on the board. Nice high kick, should be well covered. Giants have it well covered. Oh, what a big hit inside the 15-yard line. The Giants' special teams are no slouches, and the tackler on that one was Mike Dennis, the defensive back, number 46. How'd you like that hit, Senor?
Well, that's the way you have to pop them. Watch the contact. Watch the hit right here. Beautiful shot. And he got the shoulder into the tackle, wrapped his arms around him. Mike Dennis, really a beautiful tackle, number 46, and played his collegiate football at Wyoming.
With a 10-yard return out to the 12-yard line of the Redskins. They have a long way to go. Short time to get there. The pass is overthrown. He had Charlie Brown out there. He was hurried just a little bit, wasn't he?
He was. Tabor got some penetration, and he had to try to throw over the top of Tabor, and that's why the ball went way over the top of the receiver.
Temperature is 38 degrees. They say rain, and then freezing rain, and then snow, and then heavy snow in the Washington area before the day is over.
How about Ray Perkins? Every time we talk to Ray, he talks about bad weather, hopes that he gets bad weather, looking forward to bad weather. He might get some today.
A little psychological ploy he uses with his team.
Yes, and he'll be ready if it is a bad day.
2nd and 10. Heisman long down the right sideline. Charlie Brown. Great catch. First down out at the 38. Wasn't that something? Mark Haynes trying to cover. He would have needed a step ladder.
Charlie Brown releasing downfield, double cover, he gets bumped at the line of scrimmage. Haynes is looking to the inside and does not react as well, lost the ball. He lost the ball completely, and for that reason Charlie Brown flicks him and makes the catch.
There's a subtle point to be made there. Charlie Brown got his knees inbound. It's just like getting your feet inbounds, and that's why it was a legal pass. Heisman loves to roll left like that. Look out, somebody behind you, Joe. Look out, Joe. Downfield, and Monk can't get it. Monk cannot get it. Gary Jackson was covering. We have 5:33 left in the quarter. I mentioned that Heisman likes to roll to his left.
He likes to roll to his left. He does that very well, and he has so much poise and confidence when he moves, and plus the fact that when he does move, it puts an awful lot of pressure on the defense because they don't know where he's going to throw from the next time he calls a pass and goes back into the pocket.
Bill Tabor was chasing him, couldn't catch him, and that's one of the problems when you play against the Redskins, trying to keep Heisman contained. It's 2nd down and 10. Giants are ahead here, 7-0 first quarter. And the ball at the New York 33. Charlie Brown in motion. Long and incomplete down the middle to the tight end, Rick Walker.
That was a badly thrown ball, I thought, Jackie. He should have put a little bit more touch to it and thrown it up a little higher. He threw it like it was on a trolley line that time, and as a result, he had no way in the world to make an adjustment. He usually doesn't throw the ball that way.
Harry Carson was covering. Heisman trying to keep his hands warm. 3rd down and 10. These Redskins have 4 tight ends, and they use all 4 of them during the course of the game. Don Warren, Michael Williams, Rick Walker, and Clint Didier. Heisman is 5 out of 9.
And they like to use 2 at a time on most occasions.
Monk in motion. 3rd down play. There he is. First down to Charlie Brown at the 45 of New York. And Heisman's been good on 3rd down plays. The only thing that has hurt him today was the interception.
It we see another angle of it from the quarterback's view. Plenty of time to throw the ball, and that's the key. There's the open area in the zone to Charlie Brown, 87, and he's wide open, and they get enough yardage on the play for the first down.
5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Giants. The Redskins on the move. They started at their own 12. Mr. Brown can move, can he?
He can.
They're Riggins breaking tackles and getting a couple of yards. Curtis McGriff was the tackler for the Giants.
You know, talking to Joe Gibbs yesterday, you know, he's sang the praises of Brad Van Pelt, number 10. He said he thought that he was the best run linebacker in the National Football League, which is a great compliment.
I know you didn't share that opinion before he said that, Hank.
I was surprised, yes, because I think Brad's a very fine player, but I didn't really feel that they felt that strongly about his ability to stop the run.
Yeah, he said he was the best he ever saw, or the best in the league against the run. 2nd down and 8. Deep drop by Theismann. Running out of the pocket. There's running room. Keep running, Joe. Now get out of bounds, Joe. And he is short of a first down by about a foot. Lawrence Taylor chased him out. Little wonder he ran out of bounds.
Well, the key when you play the Redskins, you must keep him in the pocket. Perry goes back into the pocket. Tabor rushing to the outside. Then he gets caught inside, you see. He got caught inside, and that's why Joe scampered to the outside. Taylor misses the tackle that forced him out of bounds.
Theismann has a good rushing average, by the way, 3.5 yards, and that's the 19th time he has run this year. Clarence Harmon checks in the offense on 3rd down. 3rd down and short yardage. Big to Riggins, going for broke. There he is. Monk, 1st and goal. Fumble. Giants had the ball. The Giants had the ball. It was a reception. It was a fumble. And a Giant recovery at their own 3-yard line. Beasley Reese recovered the fumble. Art Monk had caught the ball and then coughed it up. The 2nd turnover by the Redskins.
And it's a good play action pass. Good faking at the point of attack. And there you see him scampering down the field, Art Monk. Jackson makes the tackle, wraps his arms around the ball, jars it loose, and Reese recovers for the New York Giants. They have possession.
Ball and the recovery.
But there you see Jackson doing a good job of getting his arms wrapped around him, knocked the ball loose. And there you see Beasley Reese, number 28, right there to recover the fumble. And now the Giants have possession, 1st and 10.
Well, for the Redskins, 2 turnovers and 1 penalty. For the Giants, no penalties, no turnovers.
You might see something left here.
Left with Carpenter, slanting across the 5, out to the 7-yard line with Neil Okowitz leading the defensive charge, and Dexter Manley also there. And you can see the turnover comparison. The Redskins are +5, the Giants -1. So the Redskins have been very good. And Joe Gibbs said to us yesterday, he said, we can't give them the ball or we won't win.
Well, that's typical of any team, I think, though, Jack. You know, if you give the ball away, you're not going to win. And their team is no different than any other team in the league.
From the 7-yard line, 2nd down, 6. No first down there either. We have 3:10 left in the first quarter with the Giants leading 7-0. Here's the score of another game. Okowitz led that defensive charge as well. The Vikings have caught the Lions 7-7 in the first quarter. It is 3rd down and 4.
You know, one thing when you play the Redskins, you better block Dave Butts, who is 6'7", 295, played his collegiate football at Purdue, but he's a big, strong tackle and does a great job.
Joe Lavender checks in as the 5th defensive back, defending against this pass. Long and incomplete. That ball took off. I wonder how well Bruner is going to throw today with that bad thumb. That ball really took off. Vernon Dean, the rookie, number 32, and Mark Murphy, number 29, was there.
Here comes Perkins off the line of scrimmage. And he had the defensive back turned, Vernon Dean, but he ran right into traffic on the inside. The ball was thrown way over the top. I really don't think the thumb is going to be a problem. At least that's what they indicated before the game.
Dave Jennings punts. Back forward is Nelms. He took it on his 43. He's to midfield. He almost broke out of the pack, and he came down to the Giant 47-yard line. Well, the Redskins are going to have to mount their 3rd drive of this first quarter. The first stop by an interception, the next stop by a fumble, They have the ball. 50-yard punt by Dave Jennings, and the ball is at the Giants' 47-yard line. Theismann is 6 out of 10. It's the third time the Redskins have had the ball. Riggins got a nifty 5 yards. Sometimes he looks like he gets nothing, and he ends up with 3 or 4. Lawrence Taylor was there along with Brian Kelly, 2 linebackers, in on the tackle.
That time, Jack, they had a tight end over Taylor, number 56. There you see a good picture of it. And he gets a shot at him. Look at the way he throws, gets rid of the tight end and comes to the inside and makes the tackle. Made the tight end look like he was a piece of popcorn, didn't he?
He threw him off like an old top coat. 2nd down and 5. And the pass is caught by the tight end, Rick Walker, and that's not quite a first down. Harry Carson there. Bill Courier defensively for the Giants. It really seems strange to see Theismann taking the deep drop that he takes, because all the other quarterbacks we've been watching this year only take that 3 or 4 step drop.
Yeah, they had 3-step drop, 5 and 7-step drop. Here's a good shot of Joe Gibbs calling plays from the sideline, and he's in the middle, and on each side, one side on the left, he's got Joe Bugle. On the other side, he's got Don Bro, and they signal in the plays from the sideline. And one is hot. One of the 2 coaches is a hot guy, which means that his signals count. The other one giving the signals does not count.
First down at the 37 of the Giants. And Riggins to the 34, got 3. We have less than a minute left in the first quarter. Clock running. We're down to 50 seconds. That tackle by Harry Carson. And there's Ray Perkins. He'll be with the Giants through the end of the year, through the playoffs if the Giants make it that far, and then go back home to Alabama.
I think they did a very wise thing, Jack, by making a decision to name a new head coach right at this time, because I don't think it'll affect the way they play with that kind of a scheme.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. 2nd down and 7. Look out. There he is, Monk. And that's a first down. He caught the ball and went out of bounds inside the 10, covered by Beasley Reese. And was Theismann on the money that time? 20-yard pickup.
He was, and Art Monk just goes right down by Jackson, a double cover, but Beasley Reese had deep outside. He did not get there soon enough, and for that reason, he was able to make, watch Taylor blitzing on the play. Watch Taylor, and he gives Theismann a shot, but a little bit too late. The ball was caught.
Boy, he is quick, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
It is 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Redskins have stopped themselves twice. Here's Riggins. He got a yard or 2. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. Tackled by Terry Jackson and Curtis McGriff. When we resume, it'll be 2nd and goal for the Redskins. The ball at the New York 7-yard line. We had a 28-yard pass to Johnny Perkins. The only scoring of the first quarter. And the Reds, the New York 7. Theismann looking, and it's batted down, incomplete. Batted down, incomplete by Curtis McGriff. He's 6'5", and he got his hands up. It'll be 3rd and goal. We haven't yet been able to start in on the story of Mark Mosley. And we may, if this play doesn't get into the end zone, have a look at him. He has kicked 18 field goals in a row.
And talking to him yesterday, I talked about the tape that he uses on his foot, on his right foot, and he said that he tapes it with a basket weave and then has three extra strips of tape in front to make sure that he keeps his ankle locked.
Here's Theismann rolling, looking, running, and did not get in. It's 4th and goal from the 3. Brian Kelly was there to make the tackle.
Mosley also said that he wears 5 stockings on his right foot. 5, Jack.
Well, think of all the gifts he's going to get at Christmas time. He can just hang them up. Well, here he comes, Mark Mosley. He is 15 out of 15 this year. He has kicked 18 in a row. He's trying to close in Ngaro Yepremian, who had 20 in a row. And the ball will be held by Theismann, so there's always the possibility of a fake. And this will be a 20-yard attempt. That's 19 in a row. The Redskins are on the board, trailing 7-3 with 14-11 remaining in the the first half. Well, over a 2-year period, that's 19 field goals. And back for the Giants, inside the 5-yard line is Butch Woolfolk. Larry Heater is back there with him, along with Dennis. 14-11 remaining in the half. 7-3 the score.
You know, Jeff Hayes is averaging 35 yards a punt, but he's a good kickoff guy, and he's a good athlete. Runs a 40 and 4.6.
Well, that was a neat maneuver by Heater, who let the ball go out of bounds, and now Hayes, who's had an awful lot of trouble since coming back after the strike. They say he was really doing everything perfectly. The strike really threw him off.
Yeah.
Now they'll kick from the 30-yard line. Well, next week, and by the way, if the season were to end today, the 4 teams with seeded berths in the playoffs in the NFC would be Dallas and Washington with records of 5-1, and Green Bay and Atlanta 4-2. That would mean that they would get the home games. They'll all be on CBS next Sunday as we bring you an NFL doubleheader. It begins with the NFL today at 12:30 Eastern. You can check your local listings for the game in your area. So as we get down to the close of the regular season, a very attractive schedule next Sunday on CBS. Now the kickoff from the 30. This one is taken by Woolfolk. 15, 20, 25. Stretches out to the 30-yard line. So the Giants 7-3 go from their own 30 with the tackle by Quentin Lowry. Now for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Jack, Minnesota came into this game without Sammy White. They've already lost Ahmad Rashad, so Tommy Kramer looks elsewhere. Terry LeCount, 15-yard touchdown. The Lions and the Vikes are tied at 7. Back to Jack Buck.
A little bit of rain starting to fall here. And it may turn to snow. We don't need that, do we?
I wouldn't think so.
Tailback Woolfolk got about 4 yards. See Billy Ard, the left guard, leading the way. Dexter Manley and Darrell Grant were there defensively.
Talking to Richie Pettibone yesterday, the defensive coordinator for the Washington Redskins, he said we definitely have to, number one, stop the run. If we can force them to throw the ball, we've got a good chance. So far, they've thrown the ball very well. 1 touchdown pass to Perkins. We gave him they would give him a 7-3 point lead at this time.
Nothing doing this time with Carpenter. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Wrestled down by Manley. Boy, he is something. This is only his 3rd year. He's out of Oklahoma. And he really comes off the ball. He is quick. We have 13 minutes left in the half, and here's a 3rd down play for the Giants. Look in the first quarter. The Redskins had the ball most of the time. 3 wide receivers, including John Missler. And out of the shotgun, Bruner. Whoop, a one-handed grab. Look out. Down he goes. He is sacked by Malott, the linebacker. He was blitzing, came roaring in and knocked him off his pins. And now it's snowing here.
There's a high snap. He makes a one-handed catch, just like a baseball player. Watch Malott, number 57. Here he comes, high. Did not permit him to throw the ball, made the tackle. And number 51, Monty Coleman, is also blitzing on the play.
Look at the snow come down as Dave Jennings punts for the 2nd time.
Well, Perkins said he hopes it snows, and he's got his wish.
Jennings did a good job on a low snap and not too good a kick. And Nelms takes it, and he is brought down immediately at his 36-yard line. Redskins trailing 7-3 are in a good spot to move. Larry Flowers, number 37, down to make the tackle. 12:04 left in the half. 38-yard punt. Right on the De Niro with his forecast. And they say it may be heavy snow before the afternoon is over. From the 37 of Washington. First down pass by Joe Theismann. He can move.
Look at Taylor.
Taylor caught him from behind and pulled him down with one hand.
Boy, that Taylor is something. It looked like he was going to escape.
He got away from McGriff.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to escape to the outside, but before long, there you saw number 56. He put the hook on him and brought him down with a arm, one-handed tackle.
Out to the 40, second down and 7.
One thing when it starts to snow or rain like this, it's snowing now, but I think one thing that's very important, you want to throw and take advantage of the situation as much as you can early before it gets so bad that you can't throw later in the game, Jack.
And this field is going to get torn up if any amount of snow falls at all. Heisman is 9 out of 14. Screens it left. Tight end has it. That's down Warren, and the Giants covered it very well. It's going to be 3rd and long. And Lawrence Taylor tripped him up.
And that time they had a blitz with Brad Van Pelt, number 10, coming, and he did a good job in the back who was trying to block him that time. He really gave him a good thump and got good penetration.
I'm glad it's 3rd and 6 now. I'm glad that people are looking at what we're looking at. They think we're lying about Lawrence Taylor.
Well, I guarantee you people who play against him say he's for real. No question about that. He's something.
Clarence Harmon comes into the backfield for the Redskins with 10.5 minutes left in the half. Virgil C. is the wide receiver. Giants show the blitz. 4-man rush. Pass is thrown incomplete to Monk. It would have been short of a first down by about a yard. And the Redskins are going to have to punt.
I can't understand that. He was coming across and he had a good position to see where the chains were. You would think he would go deep enough to make sure that in the event he made the catch, it would be a first down. Had he made the catch, they still would have had the punt.
The kicker is Jeff Hayes. His average is only 35 plus. This is his first kick of the day, and there's Leon Bright, who had a wonderful afternoon against the Philadelphia Eagles. He returned 9 for 143 yards.
We still haven't seen him signal for the fair catch. We might see it here.
Not this time.
Nope.
He took a chance, but came out to the 30-yard line, and he paid for those 3 yards. He really got popped. So the Giants, who have the lead 7-3, 10-13 left in the half, get the... Well, it won't be snowing on Christmas Day in Montgomery, Alabama, and CBS has the Blue Grave game for you. Quite a few outstanding quarterbacks have come out of that game and into the NFL. Bart Starr, Fran Tarkenton, Norm Snead, Lenny Dawson, Steve Grogan, Tommy Kramer. Blue team coach for Jack Elway of San Jose State. Jackie Sherrill of Texas A&M will match wits with him. From the 30. The pass was thrown behind the intended receiver, Johnny Perkins, who has the only touchdown of the afternoon. So Christmas Day, when you're ensconced comfortably in your home, tune in the Blue-Gray game on CBS. What's happening elsewhere? As we have 10:09 left in the half here, the Eagles add to the woes of the Oilers, 14-0 second quarter. And Cleveland hangs on 3-0 second quarter over the Steelers. Still tied, the Vikings and the Lions 7-7 second quarter.
A lot of room on this. Excuse me, Jack. A lot of room on this left side here.
And the running play is good for about 4 yards.
Interesting, Jack. Some of the players, especially the receivers, are using snorkel gloves, which are a little bit different than the golf gloves that most receivers use. And the great thing, the advantage with a snorkel glove is the fact that they do not get wet inside. They keep their hand warm, and the moisture does not penetrate the glove, and for that reason, they're a little bit more effective.
Carpenter picked up 4 yards. 3rd and 6. 9:35 left in the half. Out of the shotgun. Blitz is on. They picked up the blitz, and Gray caught it for a first down. What a tough catch. What a tough catch over the coverage of the rookie, Vernon Dean, number 32.
It had been a tough catch, Jack, had he thrown it high, but he threw it right at the numbers. He makes the inside break. Watch where the ball is thrown. He does a good job, catches it against his chest. A beautiful play, as you mentioned, and Vernon Dean, number 32, the rookie, makes the catch, makes the tackle.
Out to the 47-yard line. 13-yard pickup, and a first down.
I would think they throw a little bit more on Dean over here. He's a rookie.
He's looking over there now. Bruner throws, and Perkins had to go through his hands, through his gloves.
Through a snorkel glove. He just got through talking to him.
Tony Peters was there covering. He's the strong safety, number 23 of Washington. They tell me, by the way, that Peters is a clone of Kenny Houston. You never know where you're going to find him. He lines up as a linebacker frequently.
Watch this. He's trying to find the open spot between the linebackers and the defensive back. Here you see it. He's high, but he should have caught the ball. Went right through.
Either you or I would have caught that one.
Well, you would have caught it, Jack.
Second down and 10. 8:43 left in the half. Perkins in motion. Runner on a delay to Woolfolk, and that's a first down carry by the youngster out of Michigan. The number 1 pick for the Giants, and he has really made it in big style. Another first down for the Giants at the Washington 43. There's heavy hitting in there that time, and a 2-yard gain. Neil Olkowitz made the tackle. Now for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger, New York. Take it away, Brent.
Jack, the Lions have lost James Hunter, potential serious injury. The Vikings go to work on that corner. They run a slant into Leo Lewis. Second touchdown pass of the day by Kramer. They're up by 7. Back to Jack.
Second down and 8 at the Washington 41. 7:45 left in the half. It's leading 7-3. Runner tried to thread the needle, and it was incomplete. It'll be third down and 8 as he tried to get the ball out to Tom Mulledy, the tight end. We haven't yet seen Floyd Eddings, the rookie receiver who burned it up last week.
I'm sure we will see him. In fact, talking to Perkins yesterday, he indicated that he might start him in this game, Jack.
That's what he said, and then he said, unless somebody overrules me. Evidently somebody did.
Evidently that happened.
It's third down and 8 from the 41. That's the truth. He said, I want to start him today, but he didn't start him. 7:36 left in the half. Bruner is 4 out of 8, 1 touchdown.
They take out Olkowitz on their 5 alignment defense, 5 backs, and bring in Coleman.
He airs it out, and a flag is down, which looks like it's going to be interference. Perkins was trying to get into the end zone. Jarris White kept changing directions on him and cut him off, and I think that's the reason the flag came down. I think they'll decline the penalty and take it right at the 41 and have Jennings punt. He'll try to get it out of bounds.
Offensive pass interference, number 85. Lost it down.
The call was against John Missler, and that was away from where the ball was thrown. But he was in the vicinity. And now here's Jennings kicking to Mike Nelms. They're trying to keep the ball away from him.
And he's averaging 45.6. What a great punter. It is.
Aims for the right sidelines. Nelms lets it bounce, and it goes into the end zone. Touchback. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. Jennings disappointed that the ball didn't roll dead for him here on this grass field. 7:20. While a very wet snow continues to fall. We need a windshield wiper on our camera. Ball's at the 20-yard line, and Riggins carries for about 2 or 3. Riggins fumbled last week in the game against the St. Louis Cardinals after carrying for almost 300 times without a fumble. Well, if the season were to end today, the 4 teams with seeded berths in the playoffs would be Dallas and Washington and Green Bay and Atlanta. They'll all be on CBS next Sunday. Giants at St. Louis, Green Bay at Atlanta, 49ers at Kansas City. And the doubleheader games, Philadelphia at Dallas, or the game at New Orleans. Washington playing there. Heisman dumps it off short to Riggins. He is shy of a first down, and it takes 3 people to take him to the turf.
And the defense really responded well. The linebackers converged on him. It looked like he was going to get a lot more yardage out of that play than he actually did.
John Riggins becomes the 8th player to go over 8,000 yards during his career. Boy, he is something. And remember, he sat out 1 year. He just become the 8th man in National Football League history to rush for over 8,000 yards. And he gets a big hand as he comes out.
Jim Burt is playing on the nose of the center for Bill Neal. Number 64. And in the event they have a problem, they'll move Tabor, number 80, from right end to the nose position if that scheme doesn't work.
Let's see what kind of forward progress they gave him on third down. It becomes 4th down, and the Redskins are going to punt. So we have a punting game going here as the defensive units hold forth with 5.5 left in the half. And the Giants should be in pretty good shape when they get the ball. The punter is Jeff Hayes. His last kick was only 33 yards. Back to get it, Leon Bright inside his 35. This one's not too hot either. And Bright takes it on the 35, and he is buried.
Yeah, he hit that one on the outside of his foot to see where it slid off, Jack, and where he spiraled. He did not hit it good at all.
Merry Christmas from CBS Sports, and it's pleasant to talk about the Sun Bowl on Christmas Day and a terrific matchup with North Carolina and Texas. We saw that quarterback from Texas, Robert Brewer, break 4 school season passing records last year, and again this year he's added to his laurels. And Calvin Bryant, the tailback of North Carolina, is the big man. Here's the running play to Woolfolk, and he has to struggle to get a yard. Rich Malott, the tackler. There is the rookie sensation of a week ago, Floyd Eddings out of California. He's in the lineup now for the Giants. And it's 2nd down and 10.
I wouldn't be, the way he ran last week and as fast as he is, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him run some kind of a reverse here this afternoon if they get the right field position.
You can see that the snow has lessened a little bit, but it's the kind of a snowfall that appears to have the ability to grow in intensity. The Cardinals jump in front of the Bears 7-0. Look out! Look out! Down he goes on a sack-up runner led by Rich Malott. That's the 2nd time. Number 57 has gotten in there, and he had the help of Dave Butts.
And he's a good linebacker, 6'4", 237, played at Penn State. They like him very much. Watching number 57. Here he comes. And the guard was supposed to block him. He did not. He got penetration and got to the quarterback in good shape. Richard Malott, number 57.
All at the Giants' 27-yard line. 5 extra backs, including Joe Lavender in there. It's 3rd down and 20. The blitz is on. Murphy coming after him. He was knocked off his path, and the ball is dropped by Edmonds. Well, that's the one thing we didn't see him do last week. The ball thrown behind him a little bit. Harris White was covering.
Yeah, in all fairness to the kid, I think, watch him. He goes down to the outside, number 88, and he makes an inside move, but the ball is thrown to the outside. And with the field the way it is, it was very tough for him to make that adjustment.
Mark Murphy was blitzing. Somebody knocked him cuckoo.
Oh, did they pick him up? It looked like he spun him all the way over the top of the offensive line.
Here's the 4th punt of the day for Dave Jennings. And back to get it. Mike Nelms inside his 35. And now that's delay of game.
Delay offense.
Is the Giants 27, and it's 4th and 25.
I tell you, Jack, with everybody having a specialty team coach, they come up with new ways to rush the kicker and new schemes every week, and you have to be well prepared and make sure you do it right.
Jennings' average for the year is 45 yards per kick. This one's not so hot. He gets a pretty good bounce on it, and it goes out of bounds inside the Redskin 45, but they'll be in good shape with 3:36 left in the half. They trail 7-3, and they get the ball back. We've had an exchange of punts. And I think the big reason for it, Hank, is that those the first 2 times they had the ball with an interception, a fumble, and they got the 20-yard field goal. But the last 2 times, they've been unable to get a first down. They have it with 3:36 left in the half, and the score is 7-3 Giants. The ball at the Washington 44. Joe Washington in the backfield. After Theismann. It's intercepted by Kelly, his 2nd of the day. And he is down inside the 35-yard line. Brian Kelly, having no interceptions before today, comes up with his 2nd of the afternoon, and little Joe Washington tackled it.
Fred Van Pelt, number 10, blitzed on the play. Watch him come into the picture. There he comes. Right about the time Joe threw the ball, and Brian Kelly plucked it right out of the air. And it's finally tackled there by Joe Washington, 25, but the Giants have excellent field position on about the +35.
Kelly gets the glad hand along the sideline. And the Giants try to get rolling. 14-yard return.
I would think they'd work more on the right corner over here, Jack. Vernon Dean.
The blitz is on, and Bruner unloaded, but incomplete. They all read it. Bruner read it. And the wide receiver, Ernest Gray, also read it. But the throw was poor. Who was that? Murphy coming up the middle?
I was watching Vernon Dean. He was very loose on the play, and it looked like that's where they could throw the ball. They did. Here we see it.
Let's see who comes right down the middle. Right down the middle of the ramp. Yeah, that's Murphy.
Murphy, the safety blitz.
He had a free shot at him, too, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Murphy, by the way, is their center fielder back there.
But the Giants ought to be able to do a lot of business over on this side, Jack.
Second down, and Wolfolk runs into trouble, and he lost a yard. Dexter Manley latched onto him and wouldn't turn him loose. And then Olkowitz helped out. Look at the snow coming down. The fans were prepared because the weatherman had forecast this.
We might need a sleigh to get out to the airport.
By the way, on CBS Radio tomorrow night, we've got Cincinnati and San Diego. That'll be a good one.
It ought to be a great game. Really, I saw Cincinnati early in preseason, but I haven't seen them since, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see how much they've progressed. They're a very good football team.
Joe Lavender checks in defensively, the fifth back. Close-up look at Scott Brunner. He's 0 for 5. Third and 11.
Boy, look at the room over here on this side.
He's throwing to this side, and it is broken up at the last moment. Broken up by the rookie Vernon Dean from San Diego State. You ask him what he has learned most this year. What did he say?
Well, he said that the experience of playing every week has helped him tremendously. He's got a long way to go, but he's come along good. He's a very good tackler. But the ball was up in the air too long, and he didn't bring him back for the ball. It was an outside move, Jack, and he should have brought the receiver back away from the defensive back. He didn't, and as a result, it was almost intercepted. A good play by Vernon Dean.
So after the interception by Kelly, the Giants aren't even close enough. Look out! And what a great job Jennings did. What a great job. And it's batted back, and that is going to count as it stands right there. What a fine defensive play that was down on the goal line.
Larry Flowers, number 37.
He kept his feet in the playing field, that is, away from the end zone, and batted the ball back. As long as you don't bat the ball forward, you're all right in this game, and what a fine job Jennings did of avoiding the rush. He stepped right between the rushers.
It was a low snap, got through his hands, and the rushers went right beyond the kicker. Had they gone in front of, they'd have blocked it. They took the bad angle, and you see it so much of the time, Jack, but that's what happened on the play.
Jennings had a lot of guts to go ahead and kick the ball, didn't he?
Well, he surely did, yeah, and he made a beautiful kick.
The ball is at the 9-yard line of the Redskins. Here comes Riggins trying to get him out of trouble. Look who's got him. Look who's got him. LT. Along with Jim Burke, who's playing the nose guard now. We're coming down to the 2-minute warning. We'll get that before we have any more plays run. Giants have the 7-3 lead, and the second quarter has turned into a punting duel. The defense was brought to you by the National Football League. There have already been 7 punts in this game, and it's second down and 13 for the Redskins at their own 7. Oh, he was hit as he threw, and it's caught, and with the ball was Charlie Brown trying to get the first down. He didn't. He's short by 4 or 5 yards. Terry Jackson wrestled him out of bounds.
Here we see Charlie Brown.
On again.
Yeah, Charlie Brown just runs a hitch pattern, a hitch in front of the defensive back.
And watch what was happening to Joe Theismann back at the other end.
And watch Joseph go back into the pocket and get a shot. Watch this. He steps to his left, and right about the time he delivers the ball, he gets a shot from
LT.
154
left in the half. Third down and 5, and that is a reception and a first down. A good job by Theismann to Art Monk. First down.
I think it's very wise. Here we see a replay of it, another shot of it. He looks down the middle and then throws outside, low and outside, and Art Monk makes the catch, and it's good enough for the first down.
Terry Jackson could do very little about that throw out to the Washington 21.
It was like a baseball pitch, low and outside, Jack.
Low and away, you can't hit it if you can catch it. is Terry Jackson, his 4th of the year. The 3rd time they picked off Theismann today. 3 interceptions for the Giants, who came into the game with only 6 for the year. They tried to get the ball to Virgil C., number 80.
Here's another shot of it. Taylor blitzing again on the outside, but it's not a factor. He just throws the ball into too many blue shirts, Jack.
Was tipped by Carson and caught by Jackson.
And Jackson does a good job of running back and getting as much yardage out of the play as he possibly can. But he just threw the ball poorly into too much traffic.
Ball is at the Washington 25-yard line.
You might see him run something to the left if they run here, Jack, from the slot formation. Here it is.
And good yards down inside the 20-yard line with Carpenter. Now we have less than a minute. Each team has 3 timeouts remaining. I don't know. And in the turnovers, Washington 4, a fumble and 3 interceptions, and the Giants none.
And Joe Gibbs says we cannot turn the ball over and win, and so far they have 4.
The reason the Giants aren't stopping the clock, they want to score here and leave no time for the Redskins. There's Woolfolk. He is short of a first down on the 2nd down carry. It'll be 3rd and about 2 with Mel Kaufman tackling him that time. Now we have 34 seconds left in the half, and the Giants use one of their timeouts. It is 3rd down. The extra back is in for Washington. 3rd down and 4, and that's a first down, and it's 1st and goal. He hit Floyd Eddings. Eddings catches his first of the day. Tony Peters tackled him, and they stopped the clock. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Carpenter is in the backfield. Woolfolk is on a wing, and he's dangerous out there. He can throw the ball. He goes in motion. Runner looks into the end zone, and it is incomplete. There was good coverage by Jarris White as the ball was thrown for Ernest Gray. Gray's a big guy at 6'3". And he was running down the back line of the end zone.
Jarris White, number 45, covering on the play. There's a lot of traffic there, Jack. They flooded the area. They had 3 people on the right side, nobody at all on the left side. And, boy, that's a tough throw.
22 seconds left in the half. Giants leading 7-3. Have 1 timeout left.
You might see something on the left side here with Vernon Dean, the right cornerback, covering Gray 1-for-1.
Runner back, looking, throwing quickly, and it's batted incomplete. Somebody got a hand on it. It was intended for Eddings. Jarris White got a flag.
There's a flag on it.
There is a flag. A flag has been thrown. Interference against the Redskins. First down. If it was in the end zone, and it was, they marked the ball at the 1-yard line. It's interference against the Redskins, and it'll be 1st and goal with 18 seconds remaining in the half.
And they had single coverage on the outside receivers, Jack. And White covering man for man. It looked like he might have been the one they called pass interference on.
There is White on the corner. Now, 1st and goal. They still have a timeout left, so they can afford to run the ball. Talking about the Giants with Carpenter or Woolfolk. Woolfolk dives to the goal line and touchdown. Touchdown for the Giants, their 2nd of the day. Well, the Redskins just have done too many things wrong here in the first half, and that last turnover cost them 6 and maybe 7 points. And the interception by Jackson.
Nothing fancy. This is what you like to see. They come off the ball in pretty good shape. He got his hat into the crack that time and pushed it right into the end zone for the touchdown.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year for the rookie out of Michigan, Butch Woolfolk. Bruner holding. Extra point tried to Nello. He's missed a couple this year, but he's made 2 today. 25 yards after the interception by Jackson. 5 plays, 51 seconds, and Woolfolk the TD. Danello hits the screamer. Picked up on the 15-yard line by Wansley. Whoa, he got popped shy of the 30-yard line, and 8 seconds show on the clock. And the Redskins will have time to air it out 1 time. Joe McLaughlin, the linebacker downfield, to make the tackle. Well, the fans here aren't very happy on it. Redskin fans aren't thrilled with the way their team has been playing. The Redskins, they say, have the capacity of bringing out the worst in the other team.
Yeah, they've won 73% of their games at home. Talking about the Redskins.
They're ordinarily very difficult to beat here at RFK Stadium. Motion by Monk. Heisman throws a screen. Washington has it. And the half is, well, is it over? The clock says 1 second left. He was bumped out of bounds by Harry Carson. And there's still 1 second left on the clock as Washington brought it out to the 33-yard line.
You know, they play so much with tight ends and 3 receivers. Joe Washington has only carried the ball 13 times, Jack, for 56 yards, 4-point average, but averages only 2 carries a game.
Well, barring a penalty, one more snap of the ball, and we'll be at halftime. Heisman threw it as far as he could. Look at all those guys.
I really think that the coaching staff really have done a remarkable job with this squad. They've got about 20 free agents on this team, Jack.
Talking about Washington?
Yeah, talking about the Washington Redskins. And, of course, the Giants. The Giants have a lot of free agents on their squad, too. They've got about 18. But I think both teams are doing a great job with what they have. They're playing to the best of their ability. And in some cases, why, it's lacking to a point. And there's no question about the fact that the Redskins, because of the fact they are not as good a defensive team as the Giants, why that has really made the difference so far. The field position for the New York Giants has been much of an advantage.
Here is a floating kick by Hayes, and it's taken by one of the wingmen across the 20, 25, and across the 30-yard line goes Dennis. And a very good return by Mike Dennis across the 35. So the Giants are in a spot to roll again as the second half starts. This Giant outfit is a team on the rise, aren't they?
They really are. And I think any time that you play as well as they're playing defensively, why, you're going to be a factor in any game if you play hard and consistently express your skills and ability and make something happen defensively, while the offense is good enough to take advantage of it. And that's what's happened here so far.
Williams and Didier made the tackle.
They'll probably run here to the right, something right, if they run.
There they come with Carpenter. And he's good for only about a yard before he is driven back. Neil Okowitz led the defensive charge along with Dexter Manley. Manley number 72. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or the use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Washington Redskins and the National Football League is prohibited.
I think that one thing the Giants have to do, they have to continue to throw the ball and be on the attack, make something happen before the weather gets so bad that they can't throw.
Perkins was in motion, and as Bruner looks to throw, had a lot of time again, and he threw that one away. There was double coverage on Perkins, and he threw the ball away. It'll be third down and long. Okowitz and Tony Peters were covering.
He had a lot of time to throw the ball again that time, Jack. Couldn't find. He was trying to hit Butch Woolfolk down the sideline on a one-on-one situation, but he was covered, and for that reason, he threw the ball over the top, and it goes out of bounds.
Very interesting to see what happens when the Redskins get the ball for the first time. Carpenter has rushed for 19 yards, Woolfolk for 21. Bruner's 5 out of 15.
Look at all the room on the left side. They got a one-on-one. Look at all the room on the left side.
Bruner looking there. There it is. And it is broken up by the rookie cornerback Vernon Dean, and he came flying. Man, he came in special delivery.
You know, that's something. The recovery speed of Vernon Dean is amazing. He had a big cushion, and by the time the ball got there, he responded and knocked the ball down. Look at this. Look at this. But, you know, the other thing is he didn't come back for the ball at all, Gray. In that kind of a situation, you have to come back for the ball, and he didn't.
Here is the 6th punt by Jennings. And he gets it out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, albeit just inside the 20. And the Redskins get it, and they need a little surge here as they trail by the score of 14-3. We have 13:53 left in the third quarter. Redskins get the ball for the first time in the second half. These are at their 20s. First down. Heisman to Riggins, dips outside, and comes to the 25. That last punt we had by Jennings was 41 yards. It was the 8th kick of the game. Mark Haynes made the tackle on Riggins.
Talking to Bill Parcells, the new head coach of the New York Giants, will be next year, and their defensive coordinator, I said, what's the number one thing you have to stop against the Redskins? He said, we have to stop Riggins. If we stop him, we'll be in good shape. So far, Riggins has carried the ball 11 times for 22 yards.
Charlie Brown is on a wing. Art Monk is flanked to the right. Here comes Riggins again. And it was filled greatly by Harry Carson. And we were told yesterday by Joe Gibbs, head coach of Washington, he said, Carson's the only one I've ever seen stand Riggins straight up for no gain. And he did it there.
Well, he's strong, and as I mentioned last week, I think without a doubt that Carson is every bit as good inside as Taylor is outside. There you see Taylor getting a block there.
Good job by Russ Grimm.
Yeah, Russ Grimm, the left guard.
He's out of Pittsburgh, and Grimm, number 68, is one of the best offensive linemen. And a close-up look at LT, as they call him.
And the Redskins really like to run the football. They come into the game with 33 runs a game and 23 passes.
On 3rd and 2, the pass. And he threw it into heavy traffic, but it is caught for a first down. Well, Theismann got away with that one that time. Brian Hunt was covering number 57, and it was Joe Washington catching the ball.
Here's another view of it as the quarterback looks downfield. He's dropping back into the pocket, a 5-step drop, blitz inside, and he throws the ball to Washington between the two linebackers, and he makes the catch.
He got away with one that time.
Oh, yeah, he dodged a bullet that time between Byron Hunt and Brian Kelly, the two linebackers, 55 and 57.
First down. Look at the tag. Swung out here to the tight end. With it is Walker. And he blasted out at the 40-yard line, but that's a pickup of about 7. And Harry Carson got a lick in on him. Kelly was also over there.
We just got a good view of the snorkel gloves.
Now for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Jack, with time running out at the end of the first half in Detroit, Tommy Kramer out of the shotgun. You can see no time left. He threw the Big Ben. 3 receivers to the right. Ricocheted. Leo Lewis has got it 24-7. Back to Jack.
Here is a rush and a fumble. Or just a big surge by Riggins coming out of there. Grimm landed on top of the ball. And it's a first down. Fumble the ball forward. The Redskins recovered it, picked up a first down as a result. You cannot fumble the ball forward during the final 2 minutes of the half or of the game.
And that kind of a play really demands a lot of practice.
Lawrence Taylor stripped the ball away from him, but Russ Grimm saved the day for the Redskins. First down at their 43. Walker in motion. Good job by Walker on the block. The pass is caught by Warren, the other tight end, to the 40 of the Giants' first down. I liked it cruising around. They did a good job, didn't they? Courier, the tackle.
Yes, they hit him right in the middle of the zone defense that time. Play action fake. Man in motion to the right side, throws a good block on the linebacker who was blitzing, and he hits the receiver, Walker, right nose. Number 85, Warren, right down the middle, and the Redskins have another 1st and 10.
Theismann is 14 out of 25, but he has had 4 interceptions. Even now, the big guy won't go down after forward progress of 1 yard. Jim Burt was first there. He's playing the nose guard and alternating with Bill Neal.
You know, one thing about a guy like Theismann, even though has thrown 4 interceptions, the one before the half, you have to discount that. But it's not going to make any difference to him, and also to Joe Gibbs, who is calling the plays from the sideline. They're going to do what they do best, and they're going to throw the high percentage passes as much as they possibly can.
Riggins has rushed 15 times, 31 yards, so they've done a good job of stopping him. 2nd and 9. Monk comes in motion. Big rush. Theismann gets it away for Monk. Oh, he just had to go off his hand. Boy, that was a pretty play by both, by the receiver and the defensive back. And Monk showed great concentration and darn near caught it.
Yes. Jackson really, he gets turned. He's looking at the receiver. He doesn't see the ball. He never sees the ball. He finally searches for the ball once the receiver puts his hands up, but he really never had a good shot at the ball at all.
Meanwhile, Byron Hunt was after the quarterback. Hunt is a fellow that both Hank and I really admire, the outside linebacker for the Giants. Here's the score of another game as we have 9:09 left here in the third quarter.
You know, I'm surprised that Theismann has thrown the ball so low. The trajectory of the ball is not very good, and the receiver doesn't have much of a chance to make any kind of an adjustment.
And then Baltimore 3-3 in the second quarter. Monk in motion. This is 3rd and 9. He has time. And he catches it. Charlie Brown, first down inside the 25-yard line. And those little steps that Theismann was able to take to get away and allow him to throw made the difference.
Double coverage, and he breaks into the middle area. Taylor is in hot pursuit. Look at him go. But in spite of that, they get the ball right on the money to Charlie Brown, number 87, and another first down for the Washington Redskins.
Pick up of 17 yards to the Washington 21. To the 21 of the Giants, that is. Now the crowd's coming alive here. Joe Washington can throw the ball, and he can run with it. He gets a block, a beautiful block, and he is over. Touchdown!
Joe Theismann threw a great block, Jack. He was the one that threw. It looked like a guard throwing a block. He wiped him out completely, and Washington was able to go in for the touchdown, and they missed the extra point.
Mosley, who has made that string of 19 field goals in a row, misses the extra point. That's the third one that he has missed this year.
Watch this now. Here we see it from another view. Theismann, as he looks downfield. Washington is the only back. Runs to the right side, and look at the defense chasing, but grip to the outside. He makes an inside. And watch Theismann. Here, watch Theismann out front. Watch this thump. Beautiful block on Jetson by Joe Theismann.
But then Mosley leaves it a 14-9 game.
Watch the reaction of Mark Mosley missing the extra point. He's really disturbed and upset with himself.
You know what he said? You know what he said? Oh, fiddlesticks.
Merry Christmas.
Fiddlesticks. 8:14 left in the third quarter. The snow and the rain has all but stopped. Here's a kick by Jeff Hayes, and Butch Woolfolk takes it on the 8. Big return out across the 30-yard line, and it's a good thing the Redskins brought him down when they did. It was Clarence Harmon making the tackle, and pretty much of a saving tackle. And as you said earlier, Hank Stram, these Giants cannot afford to sit on the ball.
No, they really can't. They have to stay on the attack. The weather is still good enough where they can throw the ball well, and they've done a good job of throwing the football, and they have to continue to do that.
They lead by 5. First down pass, 3-man rush. Incomplete. A battle between Perkins and Jarris White. And of course, it had been a tie, well, then the offensive player would have had it, but White made a good defensive play.
You know, I can't get over the recovery speed of White and also Dean, both of whom have been licked in front of on several occasions, but by the time the ball got there, they responded and made a play on the ball. It's amazing.
Is the ball hanging a little bit on Bruner? He has that bad thumb.
I think it has to be thrown just a little bit sooner, a little bit more anticipation to get there before the defensive back has a chance to make such a recovery.
Here's Bruner with a screen to Woolfolk. Incomplete. What they did that time, they brought Eddings there, or they sent Perkins downfield on a streak, trying to draw the defense downfield, trying to screen it, but it was off target.
But it looked like he, in the trying to make it a fake and doing a good job of selling, it didn't look like Scott really got his feet under him again and was not in a good position to throw the football, and he throws it awry on the play.
He's holding a cold hand right now. And this crowd can really whoop it up. Sometimes we even feel the press box shaking.
defensive backs in for the Redskins.
The blitz. And it wasn't timed just right. There's the pass, incomplete, and the flag is down. It could be that the blitzing man slid into the neutral zone, and that may be the call.
I think that's what happened on the Jack. He was trying to anticipate the quarterback's cadence and didn't do it well and had to stop, and in the process slid and into the neutral zone, and for that reason I think there's to be a penalty of 5 yards on the play.
Encouragement, number 72, third down.
The call was against Dexter Manley. Watch it, 72. There's Peters. He got out.
It couldn't have been on 72. It had to be on Peters.
Must have been, but it looked like he got out of there. However, third down and 5. Whoa, another high snap. And the pass incomplete. Look at the heavy coverage by the Redskins. Time for the Giants to punt. And they are very quickly losing their momentum in this game. 7:42 left in the third quarter. Trying to get it out to Gray. Murphy covering, and they cheer the defensive unit here. This is something new for the Giants to have Jennings punting this off. This is his 7th of the game. He hangs this one high. It should be well covered. Helms takes it on the 23. Broke one tackle, but not the second. He's out across his 25-yard line.
Flowers, number 37, got there in good shape, but he missed the tackle, but he slowed him down enough where he got enough help.
The Redskin 26, Theismann. Quick drop, fakes left, throws long, and Monk wasn't out there. He was covered by Haynes.
Guess wrong on the defense that time. It was double cover, Jack. They were trying to fake to the left side and throw to the right side, but they were double cover. No chance.
You mean they guess in this game? Sometimes they do. 7:25 left in the third quarter. There's Mark Haynes. He is the best defensive back of the Giants. Look at what Philadelphia is doing to Houston. They're doing what the Cowboys did to him most recently. 28-0 in the third quarter, Eagles. And Minnesota is pounding Detroit. That score 24-7 in the third quarter. 7:25 left in the third quarter here. Charlie Brown in motion. Who's it going to be, Joe? A little bit of running room. He got away. Oh, he didn't get away from Kelly. Kelly ran by him and then reached back, and Harry Carson nailed him.
Looks like it might be a face mask, Jack. You don't know for sure,
A
but
flag
it could
has
be.
been thrown. A flag has been thrown. It's against New York. Heisman was running. Giants are hot about the call. Oh, biggie.
Oh, a big one is right.
Stop.
Personal foul, and Mr. Ruffner, number 64.
The call. What did they say? 54? Ain't no 54.
Yeah.
Somebody with a late hit.
Mystery guest. Watch it. Here we go. Starts to run.
Carson reached back and grabbed him, and then piling on is the call. And a first down. Here's a pitch to Riggins. Got a convoy. And big defense by the Giants, led by Brian Kelly.
I think they meant 64 Jim Burt instead of 54, Jack. I think that's what they called.
Now this line of scrimmage was the 44. And a 3-yard pickup by Riggins.
Watching Bill Neal in the pregame warm-up, I thought perhaps he was going to have a hard time if he tried to play in the game. He started, but he hasn't been in the game since, and Jim Byrd is occupying that position and has played it most of the game.
Riggins only got 2, second and 8. Riggins tries again. Came out to the 49-yard line. Ran into Jim Burt and Harry Carson. Riggins has carried 17 times, 36 yards, just about 2 yards plus per carry. That's not very good for him.
And he's averaged 23 carries in every game that he's played so far this year, so it's very obvious that they like to get the ball to him, especially on first down, with the hope they get a good chunk so they can throw the ball and pick up a lot of first downs. They haven't been able to do that.
If Burt gets hurt, Phil Tabor will come in and play that nose guard. 5:55 left in the third quarter. Look out! Who is that man? Byron Hunt from SMU, and he looked like he took off from Dallas on that rush.
He came in there like a runaway dump truck that time. Nobody got a shot at him at all. And he's big and he's strong and he got good penetration. Really did a good job. Byron Hunt, here he comes, and a good shot, good low position, good hit position. Byron Hunt, 6'5.5" from SMU.
That's the first time that Theismann's been sacked in this game. And we have a punt coming up by the rookie Jeff Hayes. And Leon Bright is back waiting for it. Good coverage by the Giants. Oh, what a dandy kick. Whoa! Drives Bright back to the 15. And good coverage by the special teams of the Redskins. But the Giants have the lead, 14-9, and they have the ball at their own 17-yard line. Peter Cronin was the tackler. We have 5:22 left in. Hank Stram and Jack Buck wishing all of you a Merry Christmas from the folks at CBS Sports. The score at halftime, the Giants led 14-3. They lead now 14-9 with 5:22 left in the third quarter, and they have a first down at their own 18-yard line. They haven't been able to do much lately with the ball.
Now they've changed their personnel a little bit. They're playing with double tight, one back.
Carpenter came out to about the 20, and it'll be second down.
A lot of teams are using the double tight end formation, Jack, with the express purpose of trying to tie down the outside linebacker, so they have to play over the tight end instead of being free and working on a smaller back.
Green Bay jumps ahead of Baltimore in the second quarter by the score of 10-3 as Green Bay tries to win their 5th game of the year. Baltimore is the only team that's been eliminated to this point from the playoffs. The sideline and a comebacker, and that is a first down. It's a first down to Ernest Gray. So you can see a little experience paying off. Jarris White covering. Gray ran back toward the ball.
Watch this. Watch this. Now releases downfield. Jarris White, and then he comes back for the ball. Look at it. He comes all the way back. Beautiful throw by Bruner, and Bruner moved the pocket that time. He rolled to the right and got the ball outside to Ernie Gray. Nice looking play.
A first down at the Giant 29. Carpenter makes his cut and gets 4. Rob Carpenter. He has changed the personality of the Giants since rejoining them after holding out.
Yeah, he gives them a good inside dimension. He's a good daylight runner. And all they want to do with a double tight end offense, they get a head on everybody, 7-on-7, and they hope they get some kind of a seam, some kind of a crack for the back to see and take advantage of. And that time Carpenter did a good job of coming inside and picking up some yardage on the play.
Al Kaufman, the outside linebacker, and Matt Mendenhall, the left defensive end, were the tacklers. 3:55 left in the third quarter. Second down and 5.
Look at the room on the left side again on Vernon Dean. Look at that.
Tight end had been in motion, and the pass is wide open. And then to the other tight end, Gary Shirk. And a first down beyond midfield, tackled by Vernon Dean. Well, they really confused the Redskins that time.
Well, the open area was on the left side, Jack. It didn't make any difference who they threw the ball to, but that was a weak area, and they spotted it. Crossing pattern to Gary Shirk, 87. He's over on the right side in good shape. Makes the catch. Vernon Dean, number 32. Makes the tackle. He really doesn't make a tackle. He makes a block on him and knocks him down. Gary Shirk, 87, makes the catch.
That was good for a 19-yard pickup.
We might see a run of some kind to the right side here now from the I formation.
Perkins in motion. Carpenter. He drives inside the 45 for a couple of more. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. That was Wolfolk running with the ball. 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and less than that now. The Giants on top by the score of 14-9. How are the Lions doing? Early on they were tied 7-7. Now they trail by 14 points in the third quarter against the Vikings.
Talking to Bill Austin, Jackie is really high on Rich Humphrey, the young offensive center of the New York Giants. He said he's really doing a great job, and it looks like he is so far in this game.
Look out! To Washington. The hit by Rich Malott. The recovery by Neil Olkowitz, the middle linebacker, number 52. Malott came roaring in, and nobody touched
He's 6'4", 237.
Okowicz, number 52, came away with the ball after the hit by number 57.
Watch Malott. 55 is blitzing. Malott comes back from the backside of the quarterback. He doesn't see him, and the ball is recovered by Okowicz, number 52.
And so a turnover by the New York Giants, and that's their first of the day. Redskins trail by 5 as they go to work at the Giant 47-yard line. Here's the pass, and it is ruled complete out to the wide receiver, Art Monk, but then his feet went out from under him, and he was covered by Mark Haynes.
Boy, Mark Haynes really responded well to the screen pass on the outside. It looked like they would get more yardage on the play than they did, but he recovered well. There you see him on the outside, and he comes back for the ball, and it slides right on through. But in the process, why Mark Haynes, 36, was coming up fast to make the play.
A loss of a yard, and it's second down and 11 at the 48. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Monk in motion. Heisman steps. Ooh, and it is tipped away by Kelly. Kelly has 2 pass interceptions today. He got to that one. I thought that Heisman really had good stuff on that ball, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a lot of stuff on it, but Kelly reacted like he was in their huddle. He's been right where the ball has been thrown most of the time this afternoon. Has really done an outstanding job. Brian Kelly, number 55, the inside linebacker of the New York Giants.
Heisman is 19 out of 31, 202 yards, 4 interceptions.
Jack, the corners are playing deep, and it looks like you can throw inside of them on a slant pass. They haven't done that yet. We might see it somewhere along the line on this drive.
Monk in motion, 3 wide receivers. Heisman airs it out long to the right side for C, and nothing doing. C was well covered by Mark Haynes on the corner. It's difficult to throw deep on Haynes.
Yeah, it really is. It's difficult, and it's going to be difficult to throw deep on anybody here because the defensive backs are very concerned about the footing, and the one thing they want to make sure, don't get licked deep. This is what the coaches say to them all the time. Do not get somebody get behind you, so you should be able to throw in front.
And this will be the 4th punt of the day for this fellow, Jeff Hayes. Leon Bright back at his 10-yard line. He'll have to exercise good judgment. His judgment is to let it go, and it goes into and dead in the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line.
I'm going to tell you something. Hayes is out of his slump. He boomed the last 2 terrifically well.
And they've stayed with him. Next week on CBS Sports, an NFL doubleheader. In one of the games, you'll see the Giants at St. Louis, Green Bay at Atlanta. Those teams tied with records of 4-2. 49ers at Kansas City, Detroit at Tampa Bay. And then in game 2, the Cowboys, 5-1, host the Eagles. And then the Redskins, these Redskins play at New Orleans. So the Giants play at St. Louis next week, and the Redskins play at New Orleans. All of that action next Sunday on CBS. First down at the 20 for the Giants. They've got to get rolling. But this Washington Redskin defense is holding forth as Woolfolk got 2 or 3 up the middle. Did I say New Orleans right? Is that the way you say it? New Orleans?
Yeah, I think so.
We're coming down to 1 minute left in this third quarter. Dexter Manley and Rich Malott were the tacklers for Washington. That Malott's a pretty good player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not a pretty good one. He's very, very good, Jack. And we talked about Humphrey a little while ago, but he played his collegiate football at the University of Colorado. He's a rookie, 6'3", 255, and he got off the ball in good shape and got a good block on the middle linebacker on the last play.
Holiday, the tight end, in motion. Bruner looked right, throws left, and short of a first down as the pass was caught by Woolfolk, tackled by Malott. And it'll be third down.
They've got another very good linebacker comes in on passing situations. He's got a shoulder injury and hasn't been able to play as a regular, but Monty Coleman is also a very good one, 6'2", 235, and played his collegiate football at Central Arkansas.
Well, the Giants do not have to snap the ball if they don't wish to do so. It's 3rd and 3, 10 seconds left in the quarter, but 12 seconds left on the 30-second clock. And the pass is incomplete. I don't know why they snapped the ball length. They're ahead by 5. They should let the time go down and make sure a little more sure of the next play. Defensive play by Tony Peters. He's their strong safety. And now 1 second left in the third quarter.
And Peter plays that strong safety position like a linebacker. He's up there tight, a very good tackler, and he creates a lot of problems for you. You better make sure you know where he is all the time.
There's Mike Nelms back to get the punt from Dave Jennings. This will be his eighth kick of the day. Sounded like he kicked a rock.
I'm sure it felt like that on his foot, too. A cold ball is murder. Kicking it like it's got cement in it.
The ball rolls dead at the 35-yard line of the Redskins, and the quarter 5. They shut out the Giants during the third quarter. Here is Riggins carrying about almost 5 yards. Prior to that little jaunt, he had carried 17 times 36 yards. He was tackled by Curtis McGriff. Riggins always gets up from those piles, doesn't he?
Oh, he's strong, and he's big, and he's very durable, which is very obvious. He runs the ball a lot, as I mentioned. He averages 23 carries a game, and but he's only averaged about 3.2 per try. Nothing fancy.
He got 4, 2nd and 6. Charlie Brown in motion to the left. Riggins. He can motor, can he?
Yep.
And he doesn't break it very often. But he can pile up some yards. He went to midfield, and Harry Carson stopped him.
All he needs is a crack, and that's what they want to do. They want to give him the ball on first down. Watching the game they did last week, they played last week, why they only threw the ball 8 out of 19 times on 1st and 10 situations, and the majority of the time they give it to him on 1st and 10 with a hope and expectation that he'll get more than 4 yards, and then they just keep moving the chains.
First down at midfield, trailing by 5 points. The Redskins trying to get rolling. Riggins again. More big yards. He got about 7. Boy, those legs just keep churning and churning and churning. And it takes 2 or 3 people to tackle him. Kelly and Carson were there. If you hit him, you better hang on, because you're going to go for a ride.
Yeah, he's going to give you a little ride, is right. Here's a good surge by the offensive line. See, and all he needs is they get a block on Carson. He breaks inside of the block on Carson. He recovers. Carson does, but not until after John Riggins makes a good chunky yardage on the play.
He got 7, and it's 2nd and 3. Here he goes again. Boy, he makes his cut. But that's another first down. He's tackled by Kelly.
He's got great eyes, great vision, and he looks for that crack. And once he finds it, boy, he surges through there in good shape.
Redskins appear to have their mind made up. They're going to stuff it right at the Giants. We have 12:45 left in the game.
And they got McGriff in the game, left in, number 76, who was very, very good again the run, but they're doing a good job of running right at the defense.
See what they do on first down. 2 tight ends. Riggins again. What's new? And this time Carson was there to meet him, and they threw him back.
And Jim Burke did a good job. It looked like that time too. Jack, number 64, who was playing on the nose of the center. Watch Taylor. Look at Taylor with a tight end. He gets cut from the inside, and but he gets up and gets involved in trying to make a play on the tackle. He's something special, isn't he?
Boy, it's fun to watch him. It really is.
But you have to hit him. You have to slow him down. If you don't slow him down with somebody over him, like the Redskins have, why he's going to be in the play almost all the time.
Well, Riggins only got 1 yard on that trip. Charlie Brown goes in motion, and Theismann's going to pass. Running for life, and he is blasted down inside the 30, short of a first down by Phil Tabor, number 80. We were talking with Theismann yesterday. He had his shirt off. I was surprised what a big torso he has up on top.
Oh, listen, he's put together well. He's about 6 foot 198.
He's not feeling too good right now. He got whacked.
Yeah, he got a shot that time. Good. Tabor made a good tackle, a good solid tackle.
That's what's happening today. Scott Brunner 8 out of 23, and Theismann 19 out of 32. So look at those interceptions. It's 3rd down and 2. Who do you think's going to get the ball as they run?
I can never guess.
Yeah, you're right, folks. First down. Inside the 20, Riggins. Well, they love him here in Washington. And any group of fans would like him on their team. Beasley Reese and Bill Courier, the safety men, had to make the stop after the first down run.
They're doing a good job of blocking him at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack. There you see Van Pelt going through there but missing the tackle. And he's finally tackled there by Beasley Reeds and number 29, Bill Courier, but not until after he makes another big gain on the play. It's 1st and 10.
He's piling up some yards, 23 for 75 yards. First down at the 19. Go get him again, big boy. They just keep giving it to him. They feed him like a machine. The ball's down to the 15-yard line.
And that time Jeff Bostic did a good job of blocking Jim Burt, number 64, and Riggins cut behind the block of Bostic, number 53, and made some more yardage on the play.
Kelly first and then Taylor in on the tackle. The Bostic, he's a strange-looking center. He's not built like most of the centers.
No, he's a happy-go-lucky.
Look at the neck on him.
Yeah, but we talked to Joe Gibbs about him. He said all he is a producer. He doesn't look impressive physically, but he gets the job done.
Second down and 6 from the 15. Look at Riggins. And what a good tackle that was. What a good tackle that was by Brad Van Pelt, number 10.
He was blitzing on the play, came inside of the block of the tight end, got the penetration, and made the tackle. A good play by Brad Van Pelt.
A loss of 1 on the carry by Riggins. It comes out. Listen to the crowd as they root for the big fullback.
Joe Washington back in the backfield, and he gives him a different dimension. He's so quick and he's so fast. He's a darter.
It is 3rd down, 3rd and 8. This is the 10th play of the drive for the Redskins. They trail by 5. A delay to Washington, and good defense by the Giants. Tackle him near the 15-yard line. Carson and Kelly tackle him, and here we'll see an attempt by Mark Mosley to tie the record of 20 consecutive field goals. And to tie the record of Garo Yepremian. Remember, he missed an extra point a while ago, so that's got to be in his craw. Yepremian was kicking for Miami and New Orleans when he kicked those 20 in a row. Mosley was leading the National Football League in scoring. He's a straightaway kicker, and it is good. And that's 20 in a row for him. And now we have a 2-point game. The Giants haven't scored in the second half. 14-12 with 8:23 left.
He really attacks the ball, Jack, and his head is over the ball. He's got a good lean, and it really made great contact.
Giants lead by 2. That scoring drive, 11 plays, 51 yards, 6.5 minutes. And the Giants had better do something with it when they get it. They lead by the score of 14-12, and it's starting to rain and snow again here at RFK Stadium.
And the Giants have not had good field position at all in the second half.
Woolfolk from the 10. He high steps, doesn't he? He came out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A record-tying field goal by Mark Mosley moments ago gives him 202 field goals during his career.
Watch the way he attacks the ball. The amazing thing about Mosley is the fact that he gets the ball up so fast it takes off like a jet.
The ball is at the Giants' 31 with 8:14 remaining. They lead by a scant 2 points. They're going to put it up. Warner really stayed in the pocket, and he gets a first gain of about 6 yards, 7 yards to the tight end Mulledy across the 35. I thought he was a little deeper than that. Tony Peters took care of Mulledy. He really stood in the pocket, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And he has to on that kind of a pattern. But you see him fake to the outside and then come back inside. The ball is thrown right on the money, and he makes the catch. Talking about Tom Mulledy.
6-yard pickup, and there's Carpenter. He nearly rushed out of bounds before he got a first down. Speaking of Mosley, by the way, he'll have to kick till he's 93 years old before he catches the leader in the number of field goals, George Blanda.
Yeah, he's got George. He's got 335. It'll take forever.
And for Mosley, 202. Well, Houston's making a comeback in the fourth quarter, trailing 28-14 at Philadelphia. Kaufman and Mendenhall escorted Carpenter out of bounds, and it's 3rd down and 3. There's Mosley.
You know, talking to Mosley yesterday, he said that they took some pictures of him and some stills, He said that when he makes contact with the ball, his foot is halfway through the ball.
The Giants made a first down, 3 out of 11. And not that time either, so Washington's going to get the ball back on that third down throw. He threw into heavy coverage, tried to get the ball to Perkins, nothing doing. Joe Lavender, the extra back, was there along with Tony Peters, and that stops the clock with 7:29 left in the game.
Yeah, they play with 5 defensive backs that time, and Millard and Coleman are the outside linebackers.
Here's a beautiful punt by Jennings. Jones takes it on the 24. Came to the 30-yard line. The Redskins trail by a couple of points. A little bit of wrestling around going on, but nothing untoward. Redskins have the ball at their 30. The tackle by Joe McLaughlin. 7:16 left. Giants during the air. Half rain, half snow. Must be about 32.5 degrees over here in Washington, D.C. There's the time left in the game. Ordinarily, the Giants don't feel badly about having their defense on the field because they're good. But with Mosley on the bench, they've got to be apprehensive.
And they feel good about the way the weather is, too. They like to play in this kind of weather.
Heisman threw the ball and the tight end hauled the ball in Walker, and he was covered, and they lost about 3 yards on the play. Van Pelt was right there to take care of Walker.
I tell you, Van Pelt has played an outstanding game here this afternoon. A terrific game. The left linebacker, number 10, Brad Van Pelt.
Cleveland ahead of the Steelers in the third quarter in a sort of a backyard brawl between those neighboring cities. Ball at the 27 of the Redskins. Charlie Brown goes to the left.
I'm surprised Theismann has moved the pocket a little bit more than he has so far in the game. He continues to throw from the pocket.
Over the middle and caught. Way short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and long. And hauling that one in was the other tight end, Don Warren. 6:15 left. Tackled by Brian Kelly.
Here we see another shot of Lawrence Taylor, 56. He's blitzing on the play. Yeah, look at. And this time the guard meets him.
Russ Grimm.
And makes pretty good contact. But they're using, Jack, what they're doing, they're using slide blocking, meaning they want to make sure they get alignment on Taylor rather than the back.
3rd and 7. Theismann. 21 out of 34. Screen pass to Washington. And he's very close to a first down. I mean, he's short by about a half a foot. A little bit of snow drifts down here. There's the score. 14-12 Giants. 5:31 left. 4th and inches.
We might see a quarterback sneak here, Jack. With inches to go, we might see Joe Theismann try to keep it himself.
Riggins is the tailback. He runs with it. Oh, a big defense by the Giants, and they take over. A big defensive play by the Giants.
Unbelievable.
Brian Kelly. Led by Kelly and backed up with all the strength. The Giants needed to stop the play and get the ball.
It was very predictable. They guessed right. That's why I thought perhaps, Jack, they might use a quarterback sneak. But the defense of the New York Giants were precisely in the right spot and made a great defensive play.
Kelly with a big hit. And the ball is now at the 38 of Washington. And the Giants could, if they can score something more than a field goal, if they get the touchdown, they could just about salt this one away. A toss to Woolfolk. And a flag goes down as Woolfolk goes down. Back to the 49 of Washington.
Illegal block in the back, number 72, first down.
The call against Gordon King, the offensive tackle. Let's watch that 4th down play again, the run by Riggins.
Watch Riggins trying to go to the outside, but he's met there. Look at the great hit at the line of scrimmage. Carson is in late, but they make great contact at point of attack. Brian Kelly and Mark Haynes really were the guys who came in and got the tackles.
First down and 20. Runner throws wide open. There's Ernest Gray, and he is down at the 38. 36-yard line. It's going to be second down and about 8 with Vernon Dean covering Gray.
I just think, Jack, here we see him again. Gray coming off the line of scrimmage. Dean, the rookie cornerback, he doesn't come into the picture. Look at all the time it takes to get the ball. Catches it high, and then we finally see Malott coming from the inside and Dean coming in late. But he's given a lot of room, and you ought to be able to throw over there whenever you want to, when they're one-for-one coverage, Jack.
Second down and 7. Woolfolk in motion. Look out! Brunner's shot taken down. Led by Mel Kaufman, the linebacker, number 55. And it's going to be third down and 14. We have 4:29 left in the game. That's the 4th time that Brunner has been sacked.
Mel Kaufman, number 55, is blitzing on the play. We'll see him come into the picture here. There you see him. Didn't look like anybody touched him. It looked like it was a screen pass.
Crowd yelling defense. It's third down and long, and Brunner wants a timeout. It's third down and 14 yards to go. And Brunner stops the clock with 4:04 left to play. And there's Ray Perkins, the head coach, and he and Brunner will talk it over and try to conjure up something that would allow them to get close enough at least for a field goal. Each team has 2 timeouts left. Giants lead by 2.
This car has been compared to cars more than twice its price. When people see its elegant style, it's like...
Timeout charge to the Giants, who are faced with a third down and long at the 42-yard line of the Redskins with 4:04 left. Third down. Ray went in motion. The blitz is on. Brunner rolls to try to get away from the blitz, and he is sacked. Led by Larry Cuban, second-year man out of Penn State, followed up by Mark Murphy, number 29.
He was trying to roll out that time and get away from the pressure, and it turned out that they guessed right. They're talking about the Redskins, and he rolled right into the blitz. Mark Murphy, number 29, was blitzing on the play. Had no chance whatsoever, Jack. We talk about guessing right. The Redskin defensive coordinator, Richie Pettibone, guessed right on that call.
And with 3:35 left in the game, Jennings kicks it. Nelms takes it on the 18. Watch him. And the Giants covered him well near the 30-yard line. So the Redskins trail by 2. They get the ball at their own 30-yard line. 3:28 left. That was a 36-yard kick. And the tackle by Pete Shaw and company to operate with.
And Bill Neal is back in the game, number 77, playing on a nose. He hasn't been in for a while.
They start from their own 29, and they give it to Riggins. And he got 2, that's all. It looked like Neal or somebody jammed it up very well in the middle.
You know, Bill Neal is from Norristown, Pennsylvania. He was an all-state high school football player and a state high school heavyweight wrestling champion. You know, anytime you get a football player that's been involved in wrestling, boy, he usually is a good one because he knows so much about leverage.
Riggins has carried 27 times, 79 yards. Second down and 8. 2:55 left. Here's a fake draw, a fake screen, and the pass wide open. Walker hauled it down. He's into Giant territory. Tackled by Beasley Reese. The time that allowed him to throw was brought about by the fake draw. A flag has been thrown. A flag has been thrown.
But what happened on the he faked
And a
it?
face mask against the Giants.
That time he faked the draw and faked the screen and then threw downfield to Walker, who was push out of the face mask. Good call on the part of the official.
Ball at the Giant 44-yard line. The Redskins are tough to beat at home. Riggins. Nothing doing. He lost yards. Ryan Kelly's having a heck of a day. Brad Van Pelt was the first one there.
Van Pelt is having a great day. Kelly is too, but they're running away from Taylor, and it's ironic that they're doing that, Jack, because Joe Gibbs said he thought that Brad Van Pelt was the best defensive linebacker in the league against the run, and yet they continue to run at it.
And some people say the best way to try to neutralize Taylor is to run right at him, where you get the blocking. Second down and 12 as Riggins lost 2. And there it is, a good gain inside the 40-yard line, down to the 39. With Terry Jackson making the hit on Charlie Brown, and it takes us to the 2-minute. After receiving a punt and returning it to their 39, to their 29, the Redskins have gone to the 39-yard line of the Giants, and they are faced with 3rd and 5 with 2 minutes left in the game. 14-12, the Giants lead. The Giants haven't scored in the second half. Charlie Brown in motion. Heisman throws, first down to Charlie Brown. And he stays in bounds at the 25. Terry Jackson tackled him. Clock running.
Charlie Brown made a great move that time. He came to the inside and then broke outside. Timing to the pattern was excellent. Good pass protection. And there you see him on the outside, Charlie Brown, and Terry Jackson, number 24, finally makes the tackle. What a good play, a good move by Charlie Brown.
All the Redskins need is a field goal to win it. Clock running. 1:20 left. Brown has caught 7.
They got an advantage on the left side, Jack, it looks like.
Riggins straight ahead. He got some yards inside the 20. It looks like it goes 4, 5, 6 yards a crack. Curtis McGriff made the tackle. We're down to 1 minute left in the game. Timeout call with 1:04 left.
That time, Jack, they had a wing back on the left side, and that was a soft spot. That was the area to run at, and they did run at it, and they made a nice gain on the play.
Riggins to the 20.
Yes, he is, and he has Joe Bugle there and Don Rowe on the sideline with him, sending in plays. He calls the plays, but they signal them in.
Each team 2 timeouts left. Riggins has carried 29 times, 83 yards, 61 of those yards in the second half. 1:04 left. Mark Mosley has already kicked 2 field goals in this game, giving him 20 in a row. We could be watching a record-breaking attempt.
Jim Burt is back in there on the nose of the offensive center.
Second down and 5. Riggins goes outside. First down. Flag goes down. A flag goes down as Harry Carson took Riggins to the turf. Oh, and an important official's call this one is. Is it holding? It is,
like
and
it is.
against Washington. It was 2nd and 5, and they get called for holding. Mosley says to himself, brother, I didn't need that.
And I don't know who was holding on the play, but Joe Jacoby, the left tackle from the University of Louisville, a free agent they got in 81.
Holding number 88.
88.
Rick Walker, the tight end.
88 holding. And Taylor is blitzing on the inside. He blocks him on the inside, but in the process, he's holding on the play.
They put the ball back at the Giant 30.
Joe Jacoby, the offensive left tackle for the Redskins, they like him very much. He's 6'7", 295, played his collegiate football at Louisville, but he's a good one.
Second down and 15. Riggins gets some of it back, diving inside the 25. 50 seconds left. They're already within field goal range, but they'd like to make it easier for Mark Mosley. Brian Kelly made another tackle. Here's another timeout.
Can you believe that Mosley wears 5 stockings?
The of timeouts. And I can't quite figure that, Hank. Well, I guess they figure that Mosley's going to make it, and then they wouldn't have any time left. But they're in the stew no matter.
And Mosley's getting cranked up on the sideline there. But as I mentioned, he wears 5 socks to fill the shoe. He's got a narrow foot, he says, and he wears a D-width shoe, and he wants to make sure that he fills the shoe well. And it's very tight. It must be very tight. So I wonder if he can lift it.
The Giants have no more timeouts left. They have a slim 2-point lead, 14-12. They've been shut out in the second half. And the Redskins have a 3rd and 9 at the New York 24, and you can almost guess what this play is going to be. It's going to be Riggins up the middle and bring on the field goal unit.
Yes, it'll be high diddle-diddle with Riggins up the middle.
Sing that for us,
yeah.
please.
I need a little tuner. Piano tuner here, Bill.
Riggins has rushed 30 times.
For 88 yards.
With most of those yards here in the second half. He is sure-handed. He fumbled one time last week in the game against St. Louis. Redskins have 2 timeouts left. High diddle-diddle. Riggins outside. That doesn't rhyme, and he is taken down for a loss of a yard. And Mosley comes on. Haynes and Carson made the tackle, and now the Redskins are going to let the clock run down. We're down to 30 seconds, and the clock's still running. They'll call their final timeout and then line up. The line of scrimmage is the 25, so 35. It'll be about a 42-yard try, and that's not going to be easy with the wet conditions we have. Mosley has kicked 20 in a row, 2 of them in this game, and he'll try to win it for his club. The 30-second clock goes down to 8, and now they stop it. 9 seconds left on the game clock. There were 8 seconds left on the 30-second clock. The Redskins call a timeout, and they'll either win or lose with the next snap of the ball. And of course, they're trying to clinch a spot in the Super Bowl tournament. The Giants, on the other hand, with a record of 3-3, if they're to lose, they'd be in jeopardy of not making the playoffs. So what a dramatic effort this will be. 42-yard try with Theismann holding. Do you think it'll be a fake? 9 seconds left. Mosley takes a deep breath. It will be a 42-yard try. And they need a good snap by Bostic. It's good, and the kick is good, and the Redskins have the lead with 4 seconds left. And you folks just saw 21 in a row. For the first time, the Redskins have the lead. Seconds left. Mosley just booted it through the uprights from 42 yards away.
Great concentration.
All right, he said. The Giants are in a little bit of trouble with their record of 3-4. They play at St. Louis next Sunday and then at Philadelphia the following Sunday, January 2nd of 1983.
Mosley yesterday, I said, Mark, you know, with the string going like you have, does it really make you very concerned about missing the next time you kick? And he said, no. He said, the only thing I worry about is the kick in hand. Nothing else bothers me. It's the only concentration I have, and he's really done a great job.
Barring a penalty, this will be the last play of the game. This game is over. Washington, D.C. In addition, the Redskins recovered the ball. 1 second left. And they're going to have to snap the ball one more time. Otis his size and utility to take care of the final 1 second and delay our.
Boy, it's an amazing comeback by the Redskins.
I was going to say delay our presentation of Brent Musburger. An admirable job by these Redskins. Bill Breslin's been our spotter, statistician. Joe Payne, Ron Kane. One more snap of the ball, and the Redskins, who blanked the Giants in the second half, will have a 15-14 victory, and they're in the playoffs.